I was wondering, if you could keep on because the force it's got a lot of power. And
You're listening to Allman in the Morning, Common Sense Radio.
Like that.
Good morning, you bunch of drunks.
Hello, this is Congressman Lacy Clay.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you, Congressman Lacy Clay? What's going on?
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me back on.
Well, it's great to see you again. Lacy Clay and I feel like we're brothers. Don't you feel that way?
Well, we go back a long way.
we actually do. You know what? We go back further than you think, though. Do you know that? Do you know that my father knew your father, and my father was a community relations director for the St. Louis City Police Department during the Jefferson Bank protests.
Is that right?
Yes, and he and your father got along great. That was back in the day when actually they had a community relations department with the police department.
They could use one now to try to repair some of the
I agree.
issues with the community.
Yeah, so but my father and your father, because that was an issue because you had the protests at Jefferson Bank, and your father was part of that, and so my dad knew your dad and Norman Say and all those guys.
Right.
He was. Yeah.
My dad is still around. I see him every once in a while, and he's doing great. He's 85 years old now, but he and my mom are doing wonderful.
Well, tell him, ask him if he remembers my father, and hopefully it'll be a good thing. It won't be.
I will.
Back in the day, but and also we go back because I did one of these sting operations down in Jefferson City because there was a problem with people not showing up at not showing up at their
I do remember that.
committee meetings, and that was when Lacy Clay was a state senator, and I went down there. And it was Lacy Clay who was the only one who showed up, or maybe one of two who showed up at this committee meeting. So,
I do remember that. Jefferson City was a lot more simpler. Back in the 90s when I was serving there.
But you showed up at least, and that was a big deal. So I made sure we pointed that out. All right, couple things. First of all, the mayor's race today. We've got the mayoral voting today. What's your take on who's best? Are you endorsing anybody, by the way?
I did. I did endorse Louis Reed, and he's the current president of the Board of Aldermen. I think he has the right blend of experience, executive ability, strong relationships in all parts of the city, and a real commitment to jobs, inclusion, and economic justice. But I say that because I know all of the candidates, and I've spoken with all of them. I have a pretty good working relationship with them. And whomever is selected today, I look forward to working with and continuing the effort that I started with Mayor Slay.
Yeah, it looked like I was part of a debate with every one of them. Kyle Lyda Cruzen wasn't there, but the rest of them, everybody had some good points about them that I thought were, it looked like, either way you probably couldn't go wrong. But keep in mind, though, that Republican Andrew Jones and some other folks are running too, so watch out.
I know, and so is the guy that owns Crown Candy.
Right, exactly.
And Jim Osher.
Right, exactly. So you never know. I mean, we have had Republican mayors before, so watch out.
I think the winner will come out of this 7-way primary.
Yeah, that's quite possible. I want to get back to also this painting. All right. Now, okay. When you filed that lawsuit, I said on the radio here and I said on TV that I hope you win, because I did not want, when people said take the painting down, as offensive as it was to a lot of us because of the way we felt it portrayed police, I still felt that it created an opportunity for arguments on both sides of the issue and for illumination of the way some people feel, and even if it is negative in your opinion, and in my opinion, it still is some progression of their attitude, and I think it ought to be up there on display. And I didn't like the fact that somebody took it down, because I felt like, if we want freedom isn't always easy, and you have to accept some messages that you don't want to accept, but you kind of have to, because so if we want freedom, we need to have it always.
Well, and I appreciate you bringing the subject up, Jamie. Here's why I went to federal court, is because at some point, my colleagues, members of Congress, the architect of the Capitol, and the Speaker of the House crossed the line and trampled on this young person's right to free speech. Art is an expression of speech. He expressed how he felt in that painting. Now, granted, I didn't pick the painting. I put together a panel of local artists that selected him as that painting as the first place winner. I have been depicted as anti-police, which nothing could be further from the truth. I have family members and friends who serve on the St. Louis Police Department and other police departments, as well as I have a working relationship with the St. Louis Police Officers Association and Chief Dotson. So I'm not anti-police. This kid has been informed by his life experience. He's only 18. So think about what he's witnessed over the last 5 or 6 years. That's how he's been informed.
Yeah.
But we should not be about trampling his speech.
Well, and we could also use it as opportunity maybe to tell him how we feel about the police as well. So, I mean, it allows for a lot of opportunities. But Congressman Clay, listen, I appreciate you coming on the show, and thank you also for your support of the local Radio Freedom Act, because you co-sponsor that, and that means a lot to our industry and our businesses. But we appreciate you. I'm sure I'd like to have you on again, because there are lots to talk about, but I'm up against a big, hard break here, and I appreciate you being on with us.
We can continue this sometime in the future.
Sounds good. LacyClay.org, at Lacy Clay. Mo1, I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you.